What is up, everybody? How we feeling tonight? Woo! Let's go. Cowbells, sleigh bells, somebody's balls are getting slayed. Welcome. Hopefully everybody had a really, really good Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, members, mods, subs, lurkers. Hopefully you guys gained a couple pounds, especially in the face. Sorry I was not on live earlier, but I am going to try to do a two for here because a lot of you guys that follow the channel follow multiple cases. And what you guys are looking at right here is a lovely, 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 lovely video where, take a look, somebody is pulling into 34 Fairview and reversing out. Now check this out. Reversing out right there. You guys, how in the world could you not see every single person that would have been pulling out, coming to this house? How do you not see a body on the lawn? Like, is this for real? Like, it just can't get any better. Look at that. Karen Reed, take a look at that. There you go. That's there you go. That's the lawn. So tiny, so tiny. 34 Fairview. Backing up. Look at that. Get out of here. Look, there's a flag. Look at. Shut the F up. Okay? That is literally Jen McCabe's vehicle backing out, and that's what they would have saw. That is everybody that was over there. That's what they would have seen. Okay? There was no body, in quotes, body, on that lawn. Now, I would do everything I possibly could to show this to the jury. Like, use a demonstrative exhibit and show this to the jury. You have 12 people that got on that stand and said that they didn't see anybody. And you would have asked, the second time around, you need to ask everybody, is that the house you were at? Yep. So is this an accurate depiction of what it would have looked at if you would have backed up, right? How anybody could keep this out of the courtroom. How do you keep this out? That doesn't look like Idaho. That's because we're doing a two for tonight. Just right on over here. How could Auntie Bev not allow this as a demand? How can you not use this in at least the opening or closing? You can use demonstrative exhibits in opening and closings. So I'm going to need this to be part of the defense's opening and closing. I mean, you have to do this. You have to show this. All right. And you have to show it 12 times in your closing and say, Julia Nagel said this. That's where she was standing. So-and-so, this is what every single person. No, it is unrealistic that 12 people would have missed a body. Maybe one, maybe two. Hey, 5, 6. Even if I was no way. You would have to be blind to miss a body. Like, it's not even. And then when you want to talk about snow falling, snow when light hits, I mean, that's going to even light it up more. Unbelievable. So, anyways, that's my little intro with those of you guys that were planning to see my Karen Reed stuff today. Karen Reed's Judge Bev came back, and I kind of figured this is how it was going to go because Judge Bev cannot let the Albert's phone records get out there, and Higgins is, and she has to keep it. There's no way she was going to allow Karen Reed's parents' phone records in the way that Hank was asking for, because it would open the door for all of those kooks. So it came back today. that the Commonwealth was denied their motion to be able to get Bill Reed's cell phone records. So in case you guys did not know that, Bill Reed, no, they're not going to get his phone records. Everything they were asking for, the two parents, Karen Reed. So happy Thanksgiving gift going out to Karen Reed and her family. You guys don't have to give out, or they're not going to be able to get their phone records. You guys, she had no choice. Bev could not grant that. And you know what? Like, I don't know. It's weird in a way because if she grants it, then I don't think there was anything damaging for Karen Reed. But then that would have been an in to be able to get all those other schmucks phones, you know? So, but thanks for the update on the denial of the release of the phone records. You're absolutely welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Chelsea sending some holiday love. Wish I could send more. Hey, woo! Thank you so much, Chelsea. Shake it, girl. Love it. Carson Hockey's mom. Let's get this party started and help Lana reach her goal. Woo! You guys, this year's Christmas theme is just the tip. So everything has frosted tips. Even the tree is decorated and it has red lights all around the top for just the tip. So today's holiday theme, adult theme, is just the tip. But, you know, my son thinks it's Rudolph tree. So Jen, yes. Woo! Click on that button, everyone. Let's get Lana to her goal. Some love. You got it. Happy holidays, everybody. Yes, Liz, how you doing? Good to see you in here, Liz. So you guys like that? Just a tip? Good. Come on by. Just put that fireball tip right there. Yeah. Was John's phone destroyed? Nope. John's phone wasn't destroyed. What's up, Heather? What's up? Oh, I have an email you can go ahead and send you. They can put my email in the chat. All right, so that was like my little dip on now somebody I want to give some credit to here. I will show you one other video really quick. How the F is Jen McCabe is a basketball coach and only can see right in front of her. Yeah, where's her peripheral vision? You know, Jen is a helicopter circling around, but she wanted to do peanut butter jelly time, so she said she was looking back. But whatever. Jen McCabe's just ridiculous. But let's take a look here at another video I want to show you guys. And I want to give props to this small channel. They did a video called Trust Me, Bro. And so go check them out. Give them a like. Her, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
Thing that has been really bothering me in that haunting way, as if the pieces are all right in front of me, but there's still something I'm missing.
Wait.
I need to share it with you because maybe you'll see additional pieces that I have somehow overlooked.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this was like a Siri type thing. So when I first clicked on this, I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like an audiobook. I wasn't ready for that. You know, well, hello there. Grab your cup of cocoa. But I was like, okay, no, this is a serious video, guys. So Trust Me, Bro. What 31 Fairview saw, which is across the street. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Please check this out. It's definitely worth it, but it was really interesting because I was like, Jesus, God, who is that?
Or maybe that's the wrong analogy. Maybe it's more of a magic eye puzzle where you have to squint and cross your eyes to see the hidden image. I could never see those. Have you seen Turtle Boy's video showing the views from across the street from 34 Fairview? Both homes have security cameras. One was for sure a Ring camera. The other, I recognize the shape of it, but I can't remember the brand. I think it may be an Arlo system. In my opinion, the neighboring cop, we'll call him Deputy Chief Neighbor, residing at 31 Fairview, consciously and deliberately obstructed justice when he claimed there was nothing of value recorded on his security camera. Trust me, bro. He also failed in his duty to uphold the oath of honor from the International Association of Chiefs of Police, which reads, "On my honor, I, like so much else, turn into his position as deputy chief so that it is facing the vantage point from his front door and from his camera."
Okay, so this is the Ring
And since he
camera.
wasn't a witness, this video isn't witness intimidation, is it? This may be the closest that we get to Deputy Chief Neighbor facing the truth. Trust me, bro. And I want you to really look at the photo of the property too. Keep looking. See if you notice anything. Tell me what you see in the comments. So, Turtle Boy obtained the angle of Deputy Chief Neighbor's security camera, and I noticed in the video that the house has at least one other camera positioned above the garage. The starting photo was taken in the summer. Remember that these bushes, the temperature was 30 degrees. By midnight, it was 29 degrees. In the moonlight, the grass was an eerie grayish brown with a light dusting of white frost that increased as the hours passed and the snowflakes started to descend. They weren't the fat, wet snowflakes that melt when they hit the ground. These were the tiny, icy snowflakes that swirl in the wind and sting your cheek.
Okay, here you go.
Albert's residence,
Number 1.
January 29th. Everyone at the Alberts residence, departure time to the waterfall, and in which vehicle. Every car that arrived to and departed from Brian Jr.'s birthday. The time of Colin Albert's arrival and departure, and by whom he was transported. The time of Allie McCabe's arrival and departure. The time of Brian Higgins' post-waterfall arrival, in what vehicle, his alleged driveway plow antics, where he parked, and when he left. The time of the residential Alberts' post-waterfall arrival, in which vehicle and where they parked. The time of the McCabe's arrival, and the location where they parked. Karen and John's initial arrival. John exiting Karen's vehicle, approaching the house, and entering the house. The time of the Nagel vehicle's arrival. The time at which Karen's SUV moved forward across the front of the property. The timestamps at which Julie Nagel exited and re-entered the house. Karen's departure, including time, method, and direction. Was there really a 3-point turn, as Matt McCabe alleges? The time of the McCabe's departure, including Matt's return trip into the house to retrieve his coat. It is reasonable to believe the Deputy Chief Neighbor's camera would have also documented how, when, and by whom John's phone arrived on the lawn, when Tristan arrived, retrieved Caitlin, and departed, and what vehicle he was driving. If Brian Higgins made additional visits that night, at what time, and in what vehicle. How John arrived on the lawn, when John arrived on the lawn, who helped get John onto the lawn. The arrival and departure time and related details of the Ford Edge, including any witnesses or accomplices. Remember, no efforts were made to investigate this vehicle, who owned it, who was driving it, why it was there at that time. This unknown person would have been an eyewitness to John being on.
All right, so there you're going to go. You can see all of this by going and clicking on Trust Me Bro. You guys can check all of that out. But again, just want to bring this to your attention that, remember, those of you guys that are following the Karen Reed case, wanted to bring this to everybody's attention that the house across the street, police officer, chief, he had a Ring camera and, just nothing. The things I think are interesting about it is there's just no way that Ring camera footage didn't get anything. And so much so that I want to fast forward here just a tad, because I want you guys to go and check it out from this person's channel.
Who were clearly awoken by the commotion out.
Right here. This is the view from across the street. And I remember I put this out there on my channel, the 2 pictures, and it's like, this type of shit is going to make your Ring camera definitely go off. Okay. So to me, it's just not even about all the stuff that would have happened that night, but then who went over there the next day. And if like your chief or whatever you would go and you would immediately check your cameras to see if it caught anything. And then let's say at, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, wait, why isn't my Ring picking anything up? I don't know, maybe you would have like made some adjustments to your Ring camera, or you would like saw if it was not working, like what was wrong with it and fix it. But to the point that it doesn't get any footage from not just the evening, you would have like even them leaving to go to the waterfall bar. Like, did Tristan, was he over there earlier, or did Caitlin really leave with the mom and the aunt? There's just no, what reasonable person could buy any of this shit?
And outside. By the way, that house we're looking at, that's Deputy Chief Neighbors.
This is the angle I
shaded
like.
area in the foreground is not a body.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. There's just no, that house has to have stuff. Anyways, please go check it out. You can check it out from start to finish. So give some love over there. Again, trust me, bro. And you can go straight to, Dream Feed Media right here. Okay. So give some love over there. Got it? Hit that little thumbs up like I did. And you can even leave a comment. Great work. Keep up the good work. Is this your real voice? Asking for a friend. Heart. There you go. All right. So just like that. Awesome. Moving on. I told you that tonight would be possibly a little bit quicker. Is quicker a word? More quick? Quicker? Quicker is a word, right? My brain's just not all up there. Trust me, I got sources, bruh. Sorry, I gotta laugh at that. Oh, you're number 185. Oh, is that likes? All right. Jen's turning everybody in chat green. 20 memberships going out to certain people. What are you guys drinking tonight? Woo-wee. Just sending some love to y'all. Moon. Jen with the heart. Tip of a nipple. Tip of a nip. Tip of a nip. That's going to be my new YouTube channel. Is Tip of a nip. I got to give some love to my new favorite channel, you guys. This civil rights channel that I've been binging while I've been not feeling well. Oh my god, it's so good. I've been sharing a couple of the body cams. Oh, it's just awesome. So go check out my community page, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He's a big time YouTuber. He's a civil rights attorney. He's light on the eyes too, so enjoy. He's got a good voice. And his videos are right in that 20 or 30 minutes. So LOL, Lana. LOL. Love you, Lana. Sorry. Woohoo. Love it. Murky. Woohoo. You guys are showing some skin. Woohoo. Jen gifted 20 memberships. So all of you guys that turned green, thank Jen. I hope some lurkers got a little love there. Another one gone and another one gone. Get it. Murky, you're funny. All right, Murky gets... There you go. Okay. Okay, now, next up, Renee. Always happy to contribute to great cause, Lana. You are the best. I will have to agree with that one. Keep up the great work. Love and respect. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look at, the past couple of days, I feel like it's caused people to go down rabbit holes that I love it. I love when people use their brains. And so the latest rabbit hole I want to talk about, it has to do with the Idaho4 case in a way. Scott Green, the president. Scott Green, the president of the University of Idaho. He's a wild one. And let's see. What the front door? Did that just get deleted? God damn it. Hey, Lady Di, can you text me? I don't know what I just did. I think I just deleted everything that I was saving. Hate when that happens. I made a 5-hour video today, editing a 5-hour video. I was editing a video. It's not 5 hours. It took 5 hours to do what I was doing. It's a 49-minute video. And I did all the audio and a little bit of the video and pics to go with it. Pre-record videos take a long time. I mean, unless you want them to be pure shit, but we were doing research on Scott Green and the fact that he shares the same attorney that Jennifer Drake share. They have the same attorney. It's her real voice. Oh my god. Oh, so many have asked her that. Oh, okay, great. Glad she should read some books. I could fall asleep to that. Ah, thank you for letting me know that. Is Lady Di even in chat? The book. OCD Shaggy's like, I'm drinking water on the rocks. The bell. Jesus, just stop. Oh, Jackie, you love it. Well, the chief has solo cups, not ring cameras, not footage, anyways. But if you go ahead and take a look at this case, there's an issue with. Is Lady Di not in there? Okay, damn. Hold on one second. Okay. I'll give you guys the case number. Hang tight. It is case number 322CV00183. It's June 30th, 2022. So just before the Idaho4 murders. So this was 6/30/2022. And the defendants, Scott Green, president of the United States now. Scott Green, president of the University of Idaho. Blaine Eccles, dean of students. Aaron Agadis, director of the Office of Civil Rights and Investigations. And Lindsay, I don't even know, Ewan, I don't know, deputy director of the Office of Civil Rights and Investigations, all individually and all in their official capacities are defendants. Okay, so this is a case from June 30th, 2022. What's up, Boston? Samantha's like, your voice is very calming until you just start laughing and ringing that damn bell. Damn you, Lana. Anyways, so this case is from June 30th, 2022, and I saw the name Peter Erblund, Peter C. Erblund, Erbland, and I was like, what is this all about? Like, what's going on? Well, would you guys believe it that this is the case timeline? April of 2022, the University of Idaho issued a no contact orders against Peter, Mark, and Ryan and it was filed, they filed a lawsuit on their behalf. The university in May of 2022 issued a similar order against Professor Seaman, Seamon, and ADF added him to the case. June of 2022, a federal district court granted a motion to temporarily block the university from enforcing the orders against Peter, Mark, and Ryan. Peter, Mark, and Ryan are the plaintiffs. December of 2022, which would have been right literally after the murders for the Idaho4 case, University of Idaho officials agreed to a settlement in which they permanently rescinded all 4 orders and paid $90,000. I said, what is going on? Okay. The bottom line, universities cannot issue no contact orders against students and faculty for peacefully expressing their religious views on campus. This was because a religious people group went to an LGBTQ meeting, rally, whatever, and Cooper Scott Green issued no contact orders for these people that wanted to talk about Christianity at the LGBTQ meetings or gathering. And Cooper Scott Green was like, oh, hell, you're not going to do that. Like, you can't do that. And so, yes, ma'am, they went to like an LGBTQ event and were speaking about Christianity there and the Bible, and Green shut them down. So I want to know what Peter, his name is Perlot, Perlot. He's now an attorney at law in Oregon. He's been active since July 11th, 2023. So he's now, like I said, he's an attorney. And this has got to be the wildest shit I've ever seen. But why I was so interested in it was because I said, what the heck? I said, Peter Erblin. I said, that's Jennifer Drake's attorney. Peter Erblin is with, he's the partner, Catherine Barrington, it's Brereton. So these are Coeur d'Alene. They're out of Coeur d'Alene. And I was like, wait a second, that's Lake City Law Group. I said, those are Jennifer Drake's attorneys. And so, yep, Catherine and Peter Erblin, they were lead attorneys, and they were the attorney of Scott Green and Eccles and everybody from the University of Idaho. So I said, wow, what a small world. Out of all the freaking attorneys, Jennifer Drake and Coomer Scott Green have the same damn attorney. What do you guys think about that? It's just a coincidence. Everything in Idaho is a coincidence. Let me tell you about something about Idaho. You know what they think? They think that strangers kill strangers in Idaho. That's like, instead of going and looking at your inner circle, okay, they believe it's more common that strangers kill strangers in Idaho. And what I mean by that is, well, Brian Drake, they said, was killed by Dan Moore, who was a stranger. They didn't know each other. They never met. They never talked, nothing. And that's who the Idaho State Police and local law enforcement, hey, this is our guy. Now, in the Idaho4 murders, here's 4 students. Again, the perpetrator is a stranger. No ties to the victims. So in Idaho, they believe that it is way more common for strangers to kill strangers. Like, there you go. We're not even going to look at our friends, frenemies. Strangers just be killing strangers in Idaho. So, now, again, it was settled out. This was settled out, and Peter Erblin took a loss here. When I say he took a loss, well, maybe they look at it as a win. They only had to pay $90,000. I don't know, but they lost they settled out. They settled this like literally right after the murders. And it was like, get all of this negative attention, because here what's something that's interesting is everybody wanted me to look into that damn church back in the day, Christ Church or whatever. And here, Coomer Scott Green had a big old problem with Christianity views being marched around to the LGBTQ meetings and saying that basically God does not want you to be, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, So I say it's the red light special, to each their own. Anyways, they settled out of court, settled obviously very, very quickly because this just was a 2022 issue, April, and then this was settled in December of 2022. But I believe that it was settled so quickly and handled like that because of the murders. So, Jen, I hate that saying. What? They say it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. I just laugh. Too Much Info says, that's what I always used to say. I've come to realize that I don't know everything. There you go. The Canon Press Doug Wilson video was so good the other day. Not being sarcastic. Thank you. Best channel ever. Love your lives and all your dedication. Oh, thank you, Tan Tan. How tan are you, Tan Tan? I love it. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up, that like, whatever, subscribe. Sometimes what is it? YouTube messes with people and they take you off the subscription. So make sure you're subscribed, or if you're not getting notifications, then like unsubscribe, resubscribe. Um, I try to do. If you guys remember the channel, I try to. If I'm going to go live, I put it into like the feed that goes to like members only, so you get like a notification that way too. I don't know. Anyways, but this morning it was me. I wasn't, or I shouldn't say this morning. At noon, I tried to push it back to 2. So I did a little 2 for here. I want to talk about Karen Reed there at the beginning, and I'll change the title of the live, so I'll include Karen Reed / Idaho4. So, now let's talk about that book that was written that they thought was a great idea to put out to the community and sell and go on a world tour. How good is that book looking right now? Okay. You know, this Frank's is going to be lit as a tit. Okay. I just, the stuff that's in that Frank's right here that they filed, they made it on Tuesday. They refiled it with the new exhibit so that it wasn't, irrelevant material and things like that. But I went back and thought about the book that was wrote in that chapter 43. And I said, wait, where's Coomer Scott Green for 4 hours? For 4 hours. The same person that pretty much the Franks is referring to and saying that like your conduct and your lies within your PCA or shove it up your ass, pain. He's missing the same amount of time that Coomer Scott Green is. Coomer Scott Green gets a notification and talks to people at noon. And then it's like, where was he between 12 and 4? So I want to know if that's going to come up again. So what does anybody think out there as far as that, command center that they set up? They were working in concert with the, campus police, with Moscow Police Department. They were making decisions with them. And I don't want anybody to get confused here. The reason that the Nexel alert said, hey, it wasn't like shelter in place anymore, it was because there were people that were, I don't want to say trapped, but let's say that you were on campus that day in the morning, you were at the library or you were wherever on campus. They locked it down. So that's why they lifted it and said, like, you didn't have to shelter in place. It was because people, so they could leave different parts of the university that people were at. So I just want people to know about that, like that it wasn't, hey, we're lifting this because everything's fine. No, I think that when they were having their little command center, they thought about, well, shit, we need to lift this because we don't want to hold people somewhere and then there'd be like, something go down in the building and then that puts us more on the hook. So that's what I believe. But go ahead and take a look then back at that chapter 43. And Payne, he doesn't get over to the him and Blaker allegedly don't go over there until 4:00 to the crime scene. And that's about the time that Coomer Scott Green like resurfaces and shows up at their little command center. So I thought that was interesting. Those of you guys asking about gifted memberships, yep, they are random. But yes, the more active that you are in chat, they tend to be passed out your way. You just have to turn them on to be able to get the gifted membership. I forget how to do all that. If anybody in chat knows how to turn on the gifted memberships. It just means that you have to be willing to like accept them or something like that. Because you can make it so that you don't, that you can't, that YouTube can't like toss you one. But it is all random. We don't discriminate here. Oh man. Okay, next up on the list of things to do. Uh, you guys know when you guys go to like holidays and you never know, like you always know something's going to be talked about, or like you just can't wait for like the family gossip and whatever's going on. Like, hey, what's new? And you're just like, oh yeah, Tommy, man, he got caught stealing from so and so, and he got thrown in the slammer just a couple weeks ago. Or you always get like the weird, like, wait, what? What was he stealing? Fucking lighters or something stupid. Man, they arrest people and throw you in jail for stealing lighters. But you know what I'm talking about. Or so and so's pregnant. We don't know who the baby daddy is. Those awesome family talks. Well, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Boop. Simper. There you go. Shake it. There you go. 78. Is that the year you were born or the year you graduated? Oh my God, Carson, I was gifted one when I was stalking Grave. Stalking. What's that? That's nothing. Stalking should be legal. I think stalking should be legal. Especially in public places. Sorry, guys. Just kidding. God, now people are going to clip that and say that I'm stalking Gray Hughes. Thanks. Awesome. Anyways, one of our family members was so excited to let me know that she started a podcast. And I was like, oh, that's great. What's it called? Let's talk about it. He said, what? What are you? Let's talk about it. And I said, well, okay. All right, I'll be heading on over the bar. I'll see you in a little bit. Liz. I was like, well, I bet you that's going to be a success. So try to find that on, I don't know if it's on, I don't even know where it's located. I kind of stopped right there. I don't even know if she's being serious. Our conversation legit didn't go any further than that. I think some of my wine may have made it across the room, but I needed a refill. But anyways, so hopefully you guys have had a hell of a Thanksgiving. Get to have family in town. Anybody had to go pick up family at the airport? Like, holy shit, the last place you want to go, Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the fucking airport. Well, I had to go to the airport. And I'm like, the things I do, fucking airport. And here, I was like, is there any police officers around here? Like, who is directing traffic? I didn't see a police officer. I was like, this has to probably be a first for me. It is like the busiest, travelest time. Like and you can't find a damn police officer in sight. I'm like, yeah, it's because they're all damn, violating our rights and shit. So, hell no, you won't catch me at the Seabus airport during the holidays, right? There was no cops, man. I was like, I thought a pedestrian was going to get run over. It was wild. Anyways. Yeah. Hi, Boston. How are you? I'm really upset that I did not get a happy Thanksgiving gobble gobble, selfie. You're really kind of just going down on my 5 stars here. Tell the boys I said hi. Auntie Lana loves them. A lot of Mormons in Idaho. Okay. All right, guys. Dylan and Bethany. If put it in chat. If you were The prosecutor, you're going to have to ask Payne, why'd you go with Bethany's or Dylan's statements over Bethany's? Because that's pretty much what they did, which would be falling on Payne to do the probable cause. This is going to be a big contested showdown if this makes it to trial, which is Bethany versus Dylan. Who do you got having a stronger showing on the stand? Do you think that Dylan is going to do a better job or Bethany? So I want to see it in chat. You pick Dylan or Bethany. Who is going to be better on the stand? Do you see either one of them being combative? So we got a lot of Bethany's. Oh, Jen says D. She's talking about D's nuts. Bethany would be better. Neither, says Harry. I know. I think it's going to be a tough one. Somebody says C. None of the above. So I'm curious who do you think is going to, have a better, just is going to come across as being more credible maybe to the jury. They're both right around the same age. Now, how many younger kids do you think are going to be on this jury? I mean, this is supposed to be like amongst your peers. What are we, 28 now? Brian, I think, just turned 30. Bethany, more credible. Dylan, even look shady. She won't come across as credible. Echoes of Clarity says, I'm not sure how you explain bushy eyebrows are clad in black. Yeah, see, I think that's going to come out and saying that those weren't my words that I use. Like, I didn't use those words. I could see that being said by her. Those were not my words, but I said that he was wearing black and all I could see was his eyebrows, Curious. Renee says that she believes that both of them will plead the fifth. In my opinion, I don't think that they will, but thank you. That's a couple other people have wrote that in here as well. I think there's no reason to plead the fifth because they're going to just say what they saw, heard, all those things, and it had the Franks, or not the Franks, but the PCA has nothing to do with them. If those officers wanted to write shit that they didn't say in there, that's going to be no skin on those girls' backs. So like, it's just going to be like, well, are you aware that these officers said that you said this? Did you ever become aware of that and say, that's not what I said? Curious to see if those things would be possibly taken, are we going to hear from Dylan and Bethany if there is a Frank's hearing? Would we hear from them? I don't know. I'm doing some research on that. Would it be, if you're going to say that they lied in the PCA about what somebody said, then, and you have proof of here's a recorded conversation with so-and-so, and then if you go to that hearing, would Bethany and or Dylan be a witness at the Franks hearing? A Franks hearing is when you're accusing law enforcement of lying in an affidavit to arrest you or to get a search warrant, lying under oath. So, will Ninja Brian pluck his eyebrows the night before trial starts? Colleen says, I want to see all their cell records. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy Turkey Day, Lana. I absolutely love your work ethic and commitment to uncovering the truth. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bells. Semper Fi. Bells. Hell's bells. Oh, there she is. I just got out of the shower and saw you were on and have you on the TV. You are awesome. Thank you. I was asking you a question. This is Lady Di. I told Lady Di to pick it up and get in chat. Everybody takes showers though. Shit. Thank you. Hope you're clean. Tell the man I said what's up. There's a special little love juice. Lady Di's Lady Man. Cheers. I won't say his name because I don't think that's appropriate. We'll call him Bob. Oh, shit. BF and DM know what happened. Oh, well, it'd be interesting. Yes, so Hitler's been pretty hip and pretty quick. Be careful there, you might throw out your back. But he's been pretty quick to get answers, aka orders, aka he's replying quickly. So I'm curious to now see the state's response, if they're going to seal all of their response or if they're just going to have individual responses like to each motion that was filed, that's public. Curious to see how that all plays out. And we can expect here, guys, the first week of December 7th is another deadline. December 14th, I think we got something too. So the Idaho4 case is like boom, boom, boom. It's moving. Karen Reed's case is moving as well. And right now, Bev has not said that she's going to push it back to April. So right now, still January 25th, 28th is like the start date for the Karen Reed case. So next up, I still don't trust that president. I would trust him if I was a college kid, because I would think that he would just like, yeah, man, he's cool as shit. He's doing shot skis with us. Like, but now that like I'm older, I'm like, man, usually presidents of colleges aren't going to be seen doing that. Doesn't look too good. Speaking of which, the University of Idaho has a crazy way of keeping things hush hush. Where's all the talk about the volleyball team shenanigans? Where's all the talk about the football team shenanigans? We have overdoses. We have suicides. We have undetermined deaths. We have naked professors being stalked by older students. By the way, I don't know if he was truly naked. He could have had some tighty whities on. They could have been red. I don't know. But Idaho everything just manages to catch like local media there, man. They will do one or two articles and then that's it. Local media in Idaho, what I've realized is it's like, I swear, some type of deal. But nothing gets talked about, nothing gets followed up with. There's just no accountability. If no one's going to question me or ask me questions about something, or go and interview anybody or go poke your nose around. I mean, I feel like the Statesman was probably the closest thing to that. What about the Argonaut? I mean, what are they doing over there? Single car accidents says, yeah, there you go. But when I actually looked into what I thought the problem could be is that they're truly struggling with the local mainstream media there. There's just there'll be like I said, Caden Young. You heard about that story? Poof, no more. Emma Bailey. Everything's just like a one-hit wonder out in Idaho. So I think that that's interesting. I think it's really, really interesting. But I think it's not by design. It's by design. It's not like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Fuck no, man. Idaho, it's like, either you part of the Idahoans or you get the fuck up out of here. That's what I think. Lana, do you think B/D were at house before, during, or after? I think there's a huge problem with that whole timeline. So I've seen the cops there line probable causes, and how they do it is you can't just take somebody's word for something and then just write it in as like a fact. They did that in the Brian Drake case. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, this is where I was and this is what I was doing," and then turn around as a cop and put that in a probable cause, which is a sworn state. It's a sworn statement for the truth, and you have to vet that shit, and you have to. It has to be true. So what I would see about Bethany and Dylan is that what did they do to any statements that what did they do to vet those statements? So and my guess is nothing. Only place I buy my potatoes from. They are the best potatoes. Idaho. Who were the guests out of town? I don't know. I don't know if there were any guests out of town. I want to know if more people actually slept there. If you listen to the interviews, or rather the pressers that they did with us, when you say that there was people there, to use the word people there, or that's different than saying like housemates or roommates, or. So I'm very curious to see who else slept there, who was in Dylan's bed, or who was in Bethany's bed, or did anybody use the spare room on the other side to like have like a smash? I told you guys, like a smash pad. So I did some research on that when someone just wrote about a K-bar doesn't cause gouges. I'm interested in the fact that when you actually cut somebody, or like you go to like puncture somebody, and then you're, depending on what you do with the knife, if you just go in and come straight out versus, but if somebody's like moving around because once they got stabbed, but your wound will like separate. So like if you cut like the slices, like if you go in and then you're doing like a tear type thing, and I only know this more so now than ever was because I was at the Delphi case, and I was really interested in the vertical throat, like, I don't know, incisions, if you will, I don't know, but how they like spread apart, and they're like, and so that they look wider and more elongated than they are, or that they were, like when they were made, I guess. So I don't know. And I also think my butt's just a fucking idiot. So yeah, Tracy, anything sharp can cause a gouge. Yeah, I just think that certain people shouldn't have been talking back then. Seeing now and hearing the statements made by certain people makes you go back, and when you re-listen to things that they would have said, it's just like, did you hear? Are you interpreting this wrong? Did you hear this wrong? Did you mix it up, or what? So thinking about how law enforcement would have felt, how they would have felt back then, when they're like, what is he talking about, when he went and did an interview? And I'm talking about Steve's interviews, because I'm wondering if law enforcement was just like, who told that man that? That's not, we had a conversation. That's not, how did he get that out of our conversation? You know what I mean? So I can only imagine how, but see, if you have good communication, I think that you would immediately call him up and be like, hey, I think you misunderstood what we were saying. We heard, we saw the interview. We want to, I don't know. Potato freak-offs. Oh boy. Speaking of freak-offs, P. Diddy was denied bail again for the third time. I mean, I don't know why he keeps trying. Lana, did they ever? We don't know that yet. Lana, did they ever ping B and D's phones? You guys, I think that's going to be really difficult with the whole pinging and this whole like if they did like what they want to say like geofencing or what phones were in the area. I mean, these homes in a college town like that, they're on top of each other, and so I would just imagine that there would have been like the saving grace. I think maybe just a little bit is the time frame that we're working with from 3 to 5. They preserved from the cell towers, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of movement in that area or phones. You would think making phone calls and I mean, but just to think that if you were using the cell tower there, that you become like a suspect, or you could be potentially talked to because, oh, I made a phone call at 3:05 or 4:07 in the morning, and I'm on the same cell towers as they are. Think about that. I had to go through 1,500 phone calls that were made on Bonner's Ferry cell tower. Okay, for Verizon, 1,500 numbers. Okay, 1,500. Now that's not counting then the number that the person called. Because then it would either tell me if that call, the person that they called was also on the tower or if they weren't. And so reading the cell towers with those phone numbers and then, was it an incoming call that they received while they were on the cell tower? Or if it was an outgoing call, the person that they call, were they too on the cell tower? Doing that, I mean, putting together a spreadsheet like that, it's just, woo. It's kind of like already in a spreadsheet, but it's just a lot of numbers. So been verified. We took all those numbers and just pumped them in been verified. Who are you calling? And sometimes those are right. Sometimes it can be wrong. But what's the other one there? Truth Finder. Isn't that what they're doing? Truth Seeker. What is it? Truth Finder. Isn't it Jesse coming out there and saying, "Hey, we just pumped in this name, and we came back if this person does not have a criminal record or whatever, or we were able to find out X, Y, and Z." Need some Z's. Says if they are going to say that they couldn't ping B and D, oh, they could ping them. They could ping them. They did. They did ping them. They 100% did that. But pinging is, it depends on what apps they were using. It depends on what apps, not even that they were using, but were on their phones. It depends on what apps that they had on their phones. Maybe not even using, but that they were sharing locations. It's stuff like that. Because if you want it to be accurate, if you want to be able to use GPS versus Wi-Fi versus, there are 666 people in chat. Oh, not anymore. 677. Make a wish, guys. Make a wish. All right, I wanted to keep this right around an hour. I got nothing but love for all you guys. Working on a lot of material to get out. This answer I'm waiting very, very patiently for is if the state's going to release anything to the public. I'm going back through all of our past documents to take a look one more time at Venmo with all of the victims, survivors, and going to take another look at June and July and August before school started. And I want to know, and I want it answered, who in the world would ever just plan to live in that college home for only a couple months and graduate early and then go off to Texas? I don't believe that was the plan. I believe that happened due to something else, because I am telling you that there is no way that I would be okay if I was one of the other girls, knowing that, okay, so when that person moves out after a couple months, then who's paying? Like, now we're going to have to split the rent between, 4 of us, the $2,500. in the bills like that. It's not a house that was being rented out by the room. That is not accurate. So anybody that's been pumping that out there, that is not true with that house. That house was not sold by the room or rented out by the room. It was, this is the house. It's in one person's name, and it averaged out to being X amount of dollars per person based on the total amount being divided by the total number of people. I would never, ever, ever, ever be okay with somebody just living with me in my home where I live with other people just for a couple months. Like, we would have gotten somebody that's going to stay there for the whole year, because I'm, as a college kid, you're not going to pay, you're just not going to do that. So it's going to come out. It's going to come out what transpired, and to bust up the fact that Kaylee was leaving. So, but thank you guys so much. Thank you guys all for the super stickers. Oh, Tan, member for 9 months. Yay, popping out baby time. Oh, 9 months. Look at that, around the holidays. Nothing like a holiday baby. Oh, love this channel, Buck. Yeah, me too. 12 months means 1 year. It's the Me Too movement over here. Me too. Carson. I got some body cam footage. It's just from different stuff that happened in Moscow and around it. I want to take a look at this arrest one more time. A couple of these arrests one more time, and I want to listen to the moose body cam footage again, or the elks, whatever it was. I think it was the moose. Best channel ever. Love your lives and all your dedication. Thank you so much. Look at that, baby time. Even some more love. New member, love it. Thank you. Thank you. Sweet and salty, member for 19 months. Hey, double trouble. Thank you. Sweet and salty. Happy Thanksgiving. You guys rock. All of you guys rock. Thank you so much. Oh, what did I miss? Sweet and salty. I missed it, but condolences as well. I'll have to scroll back up. Or is Salty Grace? Oh, whoever said it. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Do you know who was living with Olivia and Kaylee and Coeur d'Alene? When was that? Back in the day before she moved to Cali? Well, I know that Olivia's baby daddy of the first 2 kids, she took those 2 kids away from the dad. And I'm looking into seeing if it was 100% because of drugs. But I know that the kids' parents did a lot for raising the 2 older, the 2 of the kids. But I know what street they lived on. I know what house they lived on. But that was during like right before COVID, I think, right after COVID. All right, guys, again, thank you so much. Have a good night. Be safe. And if you can't be safe, double wrap it. Bye.